Now, do you think that Mad Dog Jack Myers might be having some second thoughts?
I don't. Legitimately, I don't. I think Mad Dog Myers is a lot of things. What was that?
The roof has come off
Wait.
the building here in McMecken.
Spooky Lou and WrestleRoni coming to you. Biggest one yet, I assure you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the man in GCW, you've seen him in JCW, you've seen him in MLW, you've seen him in CCW. Hell, if the Fed has a W in it, Beastman been there. You've seen the guy in movies. The wrestling gods gave him his own promotion, folks. VCW is killing it. The man is a gift to pro wrestling. He's pro wrestling personified. Ladies and gentlemen, Beastman. How you doing, my man?
You're gonna make me cry, man. That was heartwarming. Thank you very much for the introduction.
You're heartwarming.
Damn. I try.
You've been killing it, man. Like,
thank you, sir.
You know you have. I'm a big fan of VCW. I've watched you for years. Right out the gate, how are we feeling about the success of VCW?
Good. Very good. I'm excited about all the stuff that's coming up this year. We just picked up another town, actually, in New Martinsville, that we're going to debut in June. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Getting ready to start going from every other month to monthly shows.
Okay.
Happy that the crowd's been steady. Looking forward to new talent debuting and everything just came off of last year. Just hopefully that momentum still rides with us going into February. I'm very happy with it. So I can't ask for anything better. I got a great team that's behind me, helping me out. Everybody's been supporting. Everybody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what matters to me. So, I mean, I can't ask for anything better.
You run a tight ship. I'm super impressed. I was impressed before I even came there live. You guys are creating magic, and I mean that. Like,
thanks, man.
I can go on all day. How did VCW come about?
All right, let me take a swig of my water here because it's a long story.
Oh,
we got if you got a while, I can tell you.
I got all day. For Beastman.
So it all started with Tim Cross pissing me off one day. No, I'm joking. So pandemic hit, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Black Diamond Wrestling shut down. That was my home promotion for about 18 years when I started out. Like my day one, that's where I started my training until the end of its run. Wrestling, I mean, I've been on the road from 2019 to about now. I've been on the road consistently every weekend, traveling different states, going into Canada, just traveling everywhere, which has been great because like I'm living my dream. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not a signed wrestler or anything anymore, but being able to just like traveling the world, seeing different things has been like just great. But the one thing that like people don't understand is like when you're never like the term is home. I'm never home.
Yeah.
And for me, like growing up, I never wanted to be at home. I always wanted to be gone. But now in my 30s, I kind of want to stay home a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm getting married. I have a great fiance. Best thing's ever happened to me. Met her at a wrestling show. That's a story we got to talk about later too for the podcast. I mean, there was like every once in a while somebody would run a show close to home, like 10, 20 minutes, and it was all right. But it felt like it could have been better. I felt like with my experience in the wrestling business and everything I've learned, we can bring a good quality wrestling promotion to Wheeling, West Virginia, and where I'm from. Mm-hmm. So about February of 2021, I said, "What if? What if?" Like it was always "What if?" Like, why not? What's stopping you?
Yeah.
So it took a year to get everything together to like the first day of the show, finding a ring. We didn't find a ring for like 2 weeks before the first show.
Oh, wow.
Because we were like a friend of mine that runs another company and actually a little bit down the road was going to let me use theirs for free. But I'm like, I still want to, I might as well just buy my own because eventually I'm going to need it anyways. Mm-hmm. So with a little help with my fiance, she kind of helped me out a little bit with some funds, and which I was blessed with. So we we started out. It started out with 2 pop-up banners, a logo, conversation with friends, and VCW was born. The name was just like, I always liked the word victory because I feel like how my journey was in wrestling. I started out from the dog shit bottom. Like, I was a mud show wrestler starting out. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get proper training at first, but then like, cause like I wanted to get trained at 14 years old. No one's gonna train a 14-year-old kid.
Right.
So I thankfully I learned how to bump around the ropes at 16. Oh, I'm a wrestler now. No, absolutely not. I did not know shit from apple butter.
Okay.
So I ended up getting trained around 20. I had my first match. But like from the time I was like in the business till now, I learned so much. Like, I mean, from getting yelled at by Jake Garrett at Black Diamond for asking questions about why are you booking this guy? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? Getting cussed out. I like talking to Kevin Sullivan and people like that. People who have great minds for business. Necro Butcher. Him cussing me out, telling me what I thought was stupid or this spot was stupid. Just like stuff like that. Like learn the hard way, but learn the right way is my opinion.
Okay.
And just taking all that knowledge from them and just putting all my eggs in the basket and giving it a shot. Like, why not? You know, I mean, there's good wrestling all over Ohio, all over Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
West Virginia has some good wrestling. I'm not saying everything's great. Some of it's good, some of it's bad.
Right.
But, I mean, in West Virginia, you got Gary Damron, ASW, IWA East Coast, Real Street Wrestling. Out in the Eastern Panhandle, you got Voltage Wrestling. And like, in the Ohio Valley, there's nothing.
Right.
You have nothing.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring good wrestling to the Ohio Valley again. And the first show, February 20th this year.
Oh, wow.
You know,
congratulations. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, last year, I mean, but we're going on a year now. Group of guys, people who are my friends I know could go. We had our first show. And we had some ups and downs. I mean, it's just how anything is. You know, I'm always stressing out over shit. But I mean, it was just a process. You know, it takes time. You know, you start out with, okay, who do you think is going to help you? And then they turn out they don't know. Like when you need help with them, they don't know what the fuck they're like. You thought you know what they were doing, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. On to the next guy.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just a process. You know, we started with about 13 guys. Now we got about a 22-man roster, the best wrestlers in the tri-state area, in my opinion. And now we're bringing in guys this year from Maryland, down Virginia, Chicago. We got Shane Douglas coming in on the 19th. So that's exciting. That's exciting me booking, like, other than Madman Fulton, booking my first, like, legend.
Right.
So can't wait to see what we're going to do with Shane Douglas at VCW.
Yeah.
Just a lot of great things, you know. It's a lot of positive energy. Everybody there, and like I try to make sure the locker room enjoys being there. I'm not a guy that I'm strict when it comes to like, okay, this is how I want the story to go. But everybody that's on our roster knows what they're doing. They know how to work. They don't need lead. They don't need to be held by their hand, be told what to do. I let the guys go out there and do their thing, and they do well. And and they do great. You know, I can't ask for a better group of guys from Remy LeVay, my heavyweight champion, all the way down to Keith Law, who we just added on the roster in November. You know, I mean, everybody is there for a reason.
Yeah,
and I can't ask for a better group of guys from the wrestlers to my mother running the concession stand, who that's another story.
Okay.
To my fiance running the front of the house and I'm running the back of the house. Everything's great. And then Tim Cross helping out with the music, making it better. Tom Williams from War helped me with production, with the lighting, and like the little things that helps me sell more tickets. Jimmy Lee from Mansfield for ASWA helping me out with his knowledge too. Steve from Warrior, Sam Adonis. Guys I look up to who are friends of mine that's been able to help me out. And like I said, I know I've been rambling for 10 minutes now about VCW, but when it's your baby, you're proud of it. And we talk about it all day, you know?
You should be
I'm sorry,
proud.
go ahead.
No, you should be proud. The first time I turned it on, the first thing that caught me was the production. I'll watch wrestling all day, good or bad, whatever. But the production was there, and
You got to thank Michael Sork for that one.
it's on point. The story was there. I was interested in the characters. Watching it through the TV is phenomenal, but being there live, I got to tell the folks, you got to go see it live. You treat the fans like $1,000,000, and they give it right back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for them, there isn't a wrestling business. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fans paid her. Like, we all were I was a fan. I was a mark starting out. Still a mark for the business. Not as big as I used to. And in context, I don't watch modern wrestling anymore just because I'm not a big fan of it personally. But
No?
not really. Like, I got Nitro from 1997 on TV right now.
Okay.
I mean, if you look back here, this is some of my action figures. You got Bruno Sammartino, Harley Race. That's Andre the Giant from the $6 Million Man. You got Hulk Hogan and as the Hulk Machine. You got Haku, for God's sakes.
Heck yeah.
So I mean, and that's just some of it. And I got more right over here too. But here, let me show you a quick So right here, this is a Christmas gift I got this year. I think you'll appreciate it. This is an old wrestling WWF poster.
Oh, wow.
Well, look at the names on the card.
Yeah. That's old. Wow.
Well, look at the main event. You got Stan Stasiak, Jose Gonzalez, and Bruiser Brody and Gorilla Monsoon.
Wow.
What's the significance of this poster? Do you know?
You tell me. Nope.
Jose Gonzalez was the guy who killed Bruiser Brody.
Okay. Oh.
And they're in the same match.
Oh boy.
So,
and then I got
in the States. And then I got this Japanese poster right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I got a lot of I'm old school. I'm old school to the bone, man.
I think you're a Bruiser Brody guy, huh?
100%. That a lot of my Beastman influence is from him, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Okay, it makes perfect sense when you say it.
Well, now where you know where Husk came from, I just added a K to the end, so it's my tribute to him.
Awesome. I'm a Bruiser Brody guy. I've watched documentaries, any knowledge I can get about Bruiser Brody.
What's your favorite doc of his?
The one on High Spots.
Yes, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the bonus scenes where Barbara is showing off his old gear that she still has, like the chain, the boots, the tights and the vest, and I thought that was pretty cool. The story was great.
Yeah,
they did a really good job with it. The only thing I didn't like about it was when they did the scene with when they were doing the cut scene with the where they had the guy with the knife in the hand, the knife show he's getting ready to get stabbed. There was a steak knife.
Oh, really?
I'm like, really?
Okay.
Yeah, just it's a little show I watch for.
You got an eye for things, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting character. I love how he just raised hell in the back, raised hell in the ring, did it his way.
He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. That's what I like about him. He didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
if you do business right, I'll do you right.
Mm-hmm.
That was his philosophy. It's a great philosophy to live by. I mean, of course, you got I've always been I always treat everybody with respect to be professional with them, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got our guys that people talk shit about, but I've never been one to talk shit on anybody. Never. Even if someone's bad in the ring, I try my best to help them out. Even if I can just give them some piece of advice to make them better.
That's a good point you brought up. I don't know if you don't want me to talk about it, I won't. But one thing that I really like about you is what you're doing for these young kids. It's just getting.
Thank you.
Marcus Twist, DD Vice. You know the names better than I. But
let me tell you something about Marcus Twist and DD Vice. Those motherfuckers.
Okay.
I have always loved and respect both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I remember DD came before Marcus, and on a personal level, DD Vice is one of my favorite people. Mm-hmm. Just to be around with. So is Marcus. Marcus is too. They're both great.
Yeah.
I took DD with me to Warrior last year in South Bend. with me, and he found. And I'm not going to tell any stories or anything, but he came out the winner that night. I'll just put it like that. And he's been over with me ever since. You know, I guess there's been times where he thought I never liked him, which is bullshit.
Okay.
Like, I've always liked DD. I'll put DD over to anybody. I mean, if I'm not putting you in the car with me, or if I'm booking you and showing you, why would I not like you? You know?
Yeah. If I'm booking you in the main event. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh yeah, they're in the main event. They're in the main event for February. And I quit match with I guess Mount Kilpus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marcus, I don't know Marcus all that well. He came in later. I'm starting to get to know him now, and I think Marcus is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like me and him have the same personality and sense of humor, which is crazy. So he's going with me tomorrow. I gotta go to Warrior in South Bend again tomorrow, and he's going with me. So just taking those kids on the road. Marcus is a fucking hoot, man.
Oh,
when he went to, did he tell you about what happened in Nashville?
If you'd like to tell the folks, please do.
So we're down in Nashville. We're out there having a good time. I got CCW that Sunday. We go to StarCast to hang out. Like, I'm like saying, like, there's like everybody signing autographs. I know, just say hey, hello to everybody, whatever. Mm-hmm. We go out. We go to the Johnny Cash Museum, and I love Johnny Cash. That's like my all-time favorite fucking country singer ever.
Okay.
And I took a $1 bill, signed something on it, and you remember at the very end of the museum, there is the video screen, like it's playing Hurt, and it has the throne, and it has his head bust there.
Okay.
So I took my $1 bill and I put it on the bust, and lifted the bust up and put it under his neck.
Okay.
And left it there. So I hope it's still there. Hopefully they don't touch it. I mean, I probably am never allowed back in there again. And I had Marcus watching the door for me, make sure nothing was going on. So he told me this entire trip, I just want to meet Bret Hart. That's all I want to do. Mm-hmm. He had two opportunities that day to meet him before he did. But the story before that is we're staying in Louisville. Mm-hmm. So we're just like, what can we do? Because we're there, we're staying in Louisville on a Friday, going to Nashville on Saturday, staying Saturday, doing the show Sunday, coming home Sunday night. Mm-hmm. So what if we go to Jim Cornette's house?
Oh no. Okay.
We went on. Okay, so for anybody on there who wants to know where Jim Cornette lives, just go on CornettesCollectibles.com or JimCornette.com. Look for the address of Cornette's Collectibles. That's his house.
Oh,
okay. And ironically, the hotel that we were staying at, it was only 3 minutes from Jim Cornette's house.
Oh wow! So
we drove up to Jim Cornette's drive. Like, we were at his driveway, at his mailbox. We're like, should we go up? Should we go up? Like, I don't know, man. I don't think we should. Cowpoke Paul's was like, I don't know if we should do this or not. I do very bad impressions. I'm sorry, but that's just my way of like telling the story. I'm like, fuck it. I go up Jim Cornette's driveway. We go up to his driveway to the house. We see Castle Cornette. We see the fucking tree that he always talks about in his podcast. Uh-huh. House is huge, and we're like, and we sit there. We're like, I think it's time. We went up there, looked real quick. I actually opened the door. I was gonna get out, and because I'm a collector of things. I was gonna like take something from like a rock or something. Like, I have so in my fanny pack, I have a piece of rock from the Sportatorium in Dallas from the foundation. It's still there. Awesome. Because there's a pit like in the Sportatorium itself where the ring's at. Mm-hmm. There's a pit underneath the ring. So when they would clean it out, when they would clean the Sportatorium out, they would take fire hoses and just start from the top all the way down. Everything would go into that pit. Okay. So they never cut. So it's like covered with its foundation, like concrete from the Sportatorium, which is covered on top. So I got a piece of the cement from the Sportatorium. Oh yeah. Also got a piece of the grassy knoll fence where JFK was assassinated too. So that's a federal crime right there, but no one needs to know. And then I also got a piece of rock from Chris Benoit's house where I went to that last year. Yeah. So I've been to some very historic places. So I'm just like, I was going to get out and take some. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. Because we saw the garage door open. So we fucking backed down, get the hell out of Dodge. So we go to Nashville. That night, we're staying at the Marriott. I don't know how they afforded. I don't know how the fuck they afforded to get us that hotel. It was great. So, So we're sitting down, and Brian Knobs from the Nasty Boys comes down. he comes down to the hotel. He's sitting down, and he's sitting down. He's like telling everybody, "Oh yeah, guys, the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson are gonna come drink with us." Little did he know, I know Luke Gallows and I are good friends, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be fucking great." Watch. I told Paul, I'm like, "Paul, watch this." So he leaves, and here comes Bret Hart. I tell Marcus, if you want to meet Bret Hart, now's the time. Go. He's like, he's not over there. I'm like, go look. He's like, oh shit, I'll be right back. He fucking skedaddles out of there and shit. And Knobs' friend is like sitting by us and say, "Oh hey, I know Luke Gallows." Like I'm giving him, "Yeah man, like I know Gallows and Anderson. I've been on shows. I'm an independent. I'm an independent wrestler. Blah blah blah." He's in, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm like, watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, when Gallows sees me, he's gonna pop for me. I'll bet you. I'll bet you a shot. Okay. Oh yeah, whatever. So here they come. They all come in. They sit down. I have Donnie Tate like right here in front of me, and I buy everybody a drink. And then Gallows goes, "Hey, who bought the drink for us? Thank you." I said, "What up, Drew?" Because this is shooting. And he's like, "Beastman, come over here and drink with the names."
Hell yeah.
That was cool. So like we were hanging out. It was Gallows, Anderson, a couple of Gallows friends from actually up in Eastern West Virginia, Eastern Panhandle. Rocky Romero was there.
Nice.
That was cool. Brian Knobs. We're just sitting there talking and bullshit. I go to bed. I'm fucking done. I got a show tomorrow. It's like 12 o'clock. I need to pass out. So Marcus is staying with him. I don't know the whole fucking story about what happened, but I guess fucking Brian Knobs told him to go away. So that's all I know. I can't confirm or deny this, but that's what Marcus told me. So Marcus Twist, man, like they're gonna get it. They're gonna when they got it, you know, as a team. They got it, they clicked, they mesh well, and it's a great gimmick. They're douchebags, that's why I love it. When they get more sizzle under their belt, they're gonna be something.
I've been saying it myself.
They just they're one of those guys that just needs that right place, right time. And that's what it is. That's what it is in wrestling. It's like right place, right time. There you go. You know?
I've been singing their praises since day one. Like you said, they're going, it's happening for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Mount Kilpus is no slouches either. That main event, the build up, I'm so excited for that match.
Well, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be able to give it to you guys. So
it's been a hell of a feud, hell of a build up. That 6-man tag is one of my favorite all time matches.
Seriously,
I
like
promise.
that match?
Oh,
I'm glad you did.
You with the broom. When you got that broom and started swinging it and almost cracked Paulie in the head, the roof comes down. Man, that was just classic Southern wrestling.
So you came down with Tim like an hour before the show. So you did not know everything that happened before the show even started that day.
Okay.
So we're set, the ring's set up, everything's good to go. Find out a piece of the welding actually snapped in half.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So Marcus, this is why I like Marcus too. He actually saved our ass. Went got some welding stuff to fix it, like welding glue or whatever it's called, to fix it before the show. So the top rope was good and secure. I still owe money for that. So Marcus, when you hear this, I'll probably pay you this weekend.
Got you, dog.
So the power went out. 2 hours for the show. The roof was leaking. The fucking ceiling fell down. It was just a trifecta of fucked upness that you would not expect. That you expect to happen in the show. And like the show came off great, you know. We had another time back in July before you came along. So I just bought like a whole new like lighting system for the entranceway. So like I bought before this, like we had 2 old fog machines and we had the geysers that we have. And I bought the 2 fog. I wanted to do I wanted to do like that big fog entrance that you get like the Undertaker and Goldberg and stuff like that. So we had it set up. And we just all the fucking fog comes up and out, looks fucking great. Then the national anthem's playing and the fire alarm goes off.
Oh god!
While fucking national anthem is playing, and then here comes the fucking chief of police to turn it off. 30 seconds later, it's going off again. So it's so condensed there with the heat and everything. We weren't able to we haven't been able to use the fog since, but now since like these new fog machines are actually have a layer of fog to it, it's not going to be so dense.
Okay.
So looking forward to it. Yeah, wait till you see in February. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I can't wait.
I've been working on it now for the last like month and a half. So
you've been working hard. I know. I haven't been with you, of course, but just from what I know, you've been killing it. You talk about all the things going wrong at that show, and like you said, I arrived an hour before, and when I arrived, I told everybody they run this like WWE. Like you have the monitors and everything set up, but it was so just professional for an indie show. It amazed me.
Thank you.
Like I say, tight run ship. That's why it looks so good on TV. Obviously, have an eye for talent. Who's some of your favorite, lesser known, newer coming up guys that you've picked out that's kind of impressed you?
Cowpoke Paul would be number one.
Yeah.
Easily. Dude's funny. I love his gimmick. Great guy to hang out with. Great guy to drink with too.
Okay.
So I don't know why, but it's like the silly. I'm not saying the silly gimmicks that like the old school gimmicks that just make me laugh is usually what gets over with me. I mean, look at my fucking character for God's sake. You know what I mean? Like I'll take a Cowpoke Paul, Mount Kilpis, Saturday Night Special, Mad Dog Myers,
yes,
Christian Noir any day of the week. You know, and then you got your serious guys like Matt Taylor, Jimmy Shane, Damian Chambers. Those guys are great. Like guys that are like not in VCW right now that will be soon. Professor Jacob Edwin.
Okay.
He does a teacher. He does a professor gimmick, which is amazing. He does great.
Okay.
TJ Sykes is another guy from Maryland that's very good. There's some guys up at the AIW school that I just met last week actually at MV Young's place.
Okay.
That impressed me. That are very good. I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to remember all their names because I only met them for the first time. So,
right.
But they're all good. The big dude. I think it's Shaw is his name. He impressed me a lot. Who else?
I like Jason Hendricks. I like Colton Quinn.
Colton Quinn, yes. Colton Quinn's great. Jason Hendricks, I'm just now getting to know him. So he's impressed me a lot. He's starting to work his way into the roster. Gorgeous Gregory's great. Rad Boys, of course.
Oh yeah.
There's also the neighborhood out in Altoona that's should be coming in sometime soon. If I just gotta find like they're a good tag team. Them and the Rad Boys toured up there. Who else? I think there's so many young guys.
Yeah.
Davey Bang out of Chicago, Warrior. He's a great talent. Sam Polanski out of Pittsburgh. He's a great up and comer. He might make it to Mexico one day. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He has a big foundation for Lucha Libre. Girl wise, I would say Jax.
Yeah,
she's
really
great. Jaxie. She was down here a few times managing Matt Taylor. She's gonna be back soon. She's done very well.
Sweet.
Like there's a lot of great young talent out there now. Like great young talent. It's just they said it's hard to really. Everybody wants to come in. You know what I mean?
Good.
Not trying to take everything back to VCW, but people want to come. It's cool. But like at the same time, I know how promoters feel about like there's only so many spots on the card for people, you know. Yep. And it's just like it's better for me to see them in person than like sending me a Facebook message or a match because you can send anybody can send a match. It can be edited and make it look good. You book a guy who comes out, he's not good at all.
Okay.
I've seen that. I've seen that happen. Haven't had it happen here yet. So I've been basically booking guys that people I know.
Okay.
You know. So it's kind of helped me. That's kind of like my way of thinking of things right now. It's just better to get eyes on it. It's just better to get eyes on the people that want to come in. So that's my philosophy. And it works wonders, It really does. It's a stress reliever. Like Hendricks you were just talking about, okay? I had a lot of people vouch for him. I've seen him work twice. He's never given me a problem. He's humble. He stays and help tears down after the show, ask questions if things need done. That's what I look for. That's what I look for and a young guy coming in. Humbled, professional, wants it.
Yeah.
It's just not. You also get guys that come to the show, don't help set up or tear down. I mean, there's I get it. People think that there's a lot of people nowadays think they own something in the business when they don't own shit.
Right.
Okay, they don't especially if you've been in the business less than a year. Cool, man. You got a cool gimmick. Doesn't mean you can't fucking help grab a pole.
Right.
So, and plus, I only have in my school, I only got 4 trainees, and they work their asses off. I mean, and they want to go home just as much as everybody else. So do I.
Yeah.
One show, one show we had people bail. Everybody bailed before the fucking after the show, and it took the trainees and me and Anna was carrying us up. It took us 2 hours to get everything put back and everything. And then that's why my philosophy changed. We're okay, you want to be here, get help.
Wow.
I mean, and everybody helps. So everybody grabs one thing on the way out. That's all I ask.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
Yeah, for what it's worth, when I leave, I'll put away a couple chairs or whatever and move.
And I don't even ask you to.
Well, of course, but it's a respect thing, and you'd mentioned Mad Dog Myers. I'm so glad you mentioned that. One hell of a feud. But let's get a little real with this. Can we talk about Zach Myers?
Let's talk about Zach Myers.
What's Zach Myers mean to you?
Really want me to go there?
Oh yeah, I mean, on the real or what? Yeah,
he's the shits.
He's the shit. Okay, all right.
No,
do tell.
No. So if we're gonna get into Zach Clark, the man, one of my best friends.
Okay.
In wrestling, he is my he's my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by number 2, when bouncing off ideas, we feed each other ideas off of shit. When it comes to he helps me out a lot with stuff in VCW. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I don't tell a lot of people this, but when it comes to some ideas the origin, it was his idea.
Okay.
For the group for Remy, and I was all in for it. We're bringing in a brass knuckles title here soon.
Ooh.
That was his idea. It's a good mid-card title. Something different compared to everybody else. I'm not afraid to give people their credit. I have to tell everybody. He pays me every show to tell people he's officer at pre-show meetings, which is whatever. But no, when it comes to Zach is my first trainee I ever trained, and it was kind of an on and off type thing. What I mean by on and off is when I first started training people, he was there. Then I had to quit for a while because of my job, and then he started training with someone else, and then I came back to the tail end and helped him out. He has, from where he started to now, gotten. It's just progression. He's 100 times better than what he was. He's still a smart ass, but that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He's professional. He's humble. He'll do what you ask. He might argue. He might. I don't know if I don't think that's a good idea, but he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't ask for anything better. I felt bad for not going to his wedding. I was invited, but he understood the situation at hand. So I understand if he doesn't come to my wedding, which is fine. So, but if I would have on my ride or dies, he's in the front seat.
Hell yeah.
That's how close. That's how much he means to me. I can't it's hard for me to express how much I love the kid. I really do. He's still a kid. He's still my kid.
Right.
I'm at watching him progress. He's at that point now where people are coming up to him, asking for advice, and that's good to see because he's come a long way. And people were asleep. The people asleep on. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Seriously. The dude works his ass off. He's a great fucking character. He's found his gimmick. He's coming into his own. And when people fucking I've never heard anybody bury him.
Right.
At least in my face. But I know promotions in the area sleep on. Fuck you for not giving him a chance.
Yep.
Because he will work just as hard. He might even fucking outwork your kids. And I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
So, because I believe in him. He had a great tag run with Tristan as the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it at first. I didn't get it. But then when I got it, I thought it was awesome.
Right.
You know, and like this Mad Dog Myers thing, like, he was bouncing ideas. I'm not like he was bouncing ideas off of me about it. Thought it was great. You know, I put him in the spot he's in because he's at that point now where he needs, like I said, right place, right time.
Yeah.
He needs to be seen, and I'm giving him that platform, and he deserves it. He's done well. I mean,
for sure. I was
I
fortunate
don't know
enough to ride with him to a show recently. And
Yeah.
the guy, he's just so smart. And not just smart, I hate to blow his gimmick, but the sweetest dude ever, man. Just the nicest guy. Anything, any question you ask, he can give you a 10-minute answer, give you every detail you need. I love picking that guy's brain. And
He's
like I
okay.
said, he's a sweetheart. Can't get no better than Zach Myers.
I like to see the sweetheart side of him. Show me that. So
Maybe. I don't know. To me, that's what I saw. But yeah, he's a smart ass. He's funny. He listens to shit music. I'll say that. Shit.
what is he still fucking listening to that fucking Shine Down fucking Hinder shit?
I wish he was. I mean, I'm not a fan of that, but I would take that over the crazy shit him and Tim was listening to.
Fair enough.
Oh my goodness. But no, it does. It's awesome to see. You definitely should be proud of him.
I am proud of him.
Good. Let's go into that dog collar match. If whatever you can tell me about you guys getting ready for that, the match itself afterwards. I was lucky enough to be there. It's a classic in my book. It just crazy as hell. Well, nobody could use the Christmas tree until you wrestled. There was a few guys heated about that.
Well, I give everybody freedom in what they do. I do in VCW. I'm not one of these guys. Hey, this is what I want story wise. Get it over. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care because I trust them. But for God's sakes, it's been a tradition. Every time I've ever had a Christmas show around, like every time there's been a fucking show in the area where there's a Christmas tree, I've always used it as a gimmick, and that tradition continues. So if they got a problem with it, whatever. So
let Beastman have the Christmas tree for God's sake.
Exactly.
What can you tell me about the match?
It raised Myers' stock in the people's eyes, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like there's always I'm not clinging saying like there's always that I'm not saying passing the torch because I think it's overdone. I feel like he needed that win to get him elevated.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it, I'm the most over thing at VCW.
Yeah.
Because it's my hometown. I hate to say that. I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade, you know what I mean? So how it came together was I felt like Zach needed a run. Okay?
Yeah.
He needed someone to elevate him to that next level to where he's at now. And I feel like that match was the match for him. It was his element. He's always said he wanted to be a brawler. Well, going to one of the best brawlers in the area.
Yeah.
The match was great.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite matches this past year. I was glad to be able to do it with him. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Sure.
I didn't realize how much of a great match it was until I heard the feedback from people online and everything like that. So
you're going sideways on me. That's how good that match was. It done turned the phone around.
Nah, someone was calling me in the Martinsville building. They can wait a little bit.
Well, thank you. Look at me, Spooky Lou, getting the star treatment over here. I appreciate
All right,
you.
Am I full screen now?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay, cool.
We've talked about how great everything was in 20. It was a great year for you guys. Like I say, I was a fan watching before I came up. Even better being there live. What can we expect from this pay-per-view and this coming year in VCW?
A lot more craziness, violence.
Good.
We're going on the road. We picked up another town, New Martinsville, like I said earlier. Crowning our first ever tag team champions. We're going to crown our brass knuckles heavyweight champion soon. New talent. We're going to start doing women's matches in the summer.
Nice.
So you heard that, people. You heard that, Bradley. You're going to have your women's matches. So, and it's really it. Just keep the momentum going. better production. I'm working on a second. I'm gonna try to work on a second show for young guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try. That's something in the works. Like I've been wanting to plan like a studio internet show.
Nice.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
For sure.
I got the idea, and I'm not afraid to say this because even though he's a cocksucker, when Tim Cross was doing the pandemic shows, like the stay in your house thing, that's where I got the idea from. Zach and I were talking about it, and I think it'd be something different, because there's not like a studio show anymore.
Yeah.
The only other place I know that does one is SICW out in St. Louis.
Okay.
So I think that would be kind of fun, maybe like once a month, just do like 4 tapings and have young guys come in and show what they got, and base it around them and like have our champions and have our main guys come in too. Just something new, you know what I mean? So no, I wouldn't say an alternative, but like something extra to give.
Yeah. Hey, and I'll tell you right now on the spot, if you need any help with that, as far as getting it on the net, anything, whatever, any help with anything, I've got you. Whatever I can do for you. Whatever
I appreciate that.
I'm miles away, but I've got you. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad. Hey, we got some news here on WrestleRoni, folks. That's something to look for. I hope it comes to fruition. Can't wait to see it when it happens, because I've been saying it on the show every episode probably. There's so much young talent that's got a good head on their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling right now is the best it's ever been, in my eyes at least. There's access to it. The right folks are getting their shots. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. It's a good time to be a wrestler. It's a good time to be Beastman, a promoter. Heck.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Let's dip out of VCW. What was your personal favorite match last year?
Personal favorite match?
Yeah.
I would say the match. Me and Mike Bennett in Chicago Warrior.
Okay.
That was the match that got me eyes at JCW.
Okay.
That got so that like a lot of people praise that match. When I was in Montreal back in September, there was people there that came up and said they saw the match live, and that was really cool. I mean, you never know who's going to see that shit. And Mike Bennett, I'm glad he's at AEW with his tag partner. He deserves it, I think. And one of the best opponents I've ever been in the ring with. I learned a lot being in there with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves all the praise. He deserves like this Boston Strong style thing he's doing. I love it.
Yeah.
One of the most humble, nicest guys I ever met.
Yeah.
Can't ask for anything better. So I would say me and Bennett, and then me and Chase Stevens when I won the CCW International title.
Okay.
Would have been my 2 favorite matches this year.
Yeah, you've been killing it in CCW too. That was, I remember. Yeah, awesome stuff. For real, awesome.
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yes, awesome. What? Since we brought it up, how was your JCW experience?
Well, when it was probably one of the more nervous experiences in my career, only because you get first match in, you're working the best in Joey Janela.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was people. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. People were like, "Why are you working with Joey Janela? He's gonna bury you." I'm like, "No, he's not." Like, dude, the match. If you watch the match back, it was probably definitely top 5 favorite matches of the year for me.
Yeah.
I was nervous. You could tell I was fucking nervous out there, only because like the dude's like known throughout the world.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most recognizable people in wrestling in the world right now. I mean, fuck, I was wrestling him for the DDT Extreme Championship.
Yep.
His first time. So, yeah. So, I mean, of course I'm going to be fucking pumped about that. And then, like, I think some of the people that were against it kind of, like, when they saw the match back, they're like, okay, that's fair.
There's no denying it. There was no denying it. When that match was announced, I was hyped. I canceled all plans. I said, I'm watching this show. It over-delivered, I promise you. I'm not just saying it. It over-delivered. It was such a fun match. That's what I want in wrestling, is fun. It was beyond fun. It was great. How was Joey?
Joey's great.
Yeah.
He's very nice, very professional. He was easy to talk to. He can't ask for it. Just one of the boys. He doesn't let his star power like show. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he's one of the nicest guys I actually ever met. I've been around, hung out, and met and talked to. So I can't ask for anything better.
Do you care to comment on some of the dickheads you've met? Or
There's
no?
a lot of dickheads. Can I mention Tim Cross?
Yeah, a few times. I understand.
Okay. No, Tim. Okay, I'm gonna set the record straight. I love Tim Cross personally. Tim Cross is a great guy. He's done wonders with Real Shoot over the past year, from everything that's gone down. I will do if Tim Cross called me and said he needed someone to come help him. Like say he got a flat tire, he needs somebody. I'd go down and help him out.
Hell yeah.
So that's how much I love Tim Cross. Tim Cross is one of my favorite people. I could talk with him for hours on the phone about just shit in general, about real life, just real life wrestling. You know, I've known Tim since like for almost 20 years. You know, and he calls me a dumbass. I call him a dumbass. He praises me. I praise him.
Right.
It's just how our relationship is. You know, and he's done great with Real Shoot. I'm being serious. He's done great with Real Shoot, where it's gone. He's getting it back to where it was when I was first coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Great locker room. Everybody's a team.
Yeah.
And that's where I really try to like make VCW is the same kind of like, hey, we're here to work together. So, and I give Tim his props on that. He's helped me out tremendously with coming up and taking time out of his day to help run our sound and make sure things runs great. And I can't ask for a lot. There's a lot about him that but a lot about him that people don't see that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's just one of these guys I would help out if anybody needs.
That's awesome.
If he needs anything. So when I call Tim Cross a dickhead, it's out of love. So, but there are some. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. There are some dickheads in the wrestling business. I'm not gonna name names, only because like I said, I'm not one to bury somebody.
Right on.
And you never know. And you never know what's gonna happen. So I'd rather just keep everything neutral. But if you're a dickhead, you know who you are. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, you're a smart, quick one. By God, you turned it right around on Tim Cross. I appreciate it. You had some awesome matches. Me and my buddy was watching one of the In Your House shows, and for the life of me, I can't remember who you worked, but I remember this drop kick that Beastman with the nastiest drop kick ever. Can you remember who this phenomenal match was with at Stay In Your House?
It was either O'Shea Edwards or Brohia.
It was Brohemoth. It was Brohemoth.
Okay,
the match I watched. You had a match with O'Shea as well, huh?
I had a couple matches with O'Shea actually. So
okay, I'm gonna look them up. Gotta look them
okay.
up. I've got a hard drive here.
You want to talk about somebody? All right, let's talk about Brohimoth. Let's shoot at the hip a little bit. All
okay.
Right? Because all right. Brohemoth is somebody. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like Brohimoth.
Mm-hmm.
He I see a lot of him when I was younger. When I was like in my 20s, you know, just coming up.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at what he does. He's a good big guy, great big guy. Not gonna hide that. I've had great matches with him.
Mm-hmm.
He will one day get it, and what I mean by get it, it's just like with everybody else. Once you get it, your potential is unlimited.
I got
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a great dad to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great person to be around. You know, there's been times when he's got on my nerves,
Okay.
but that's just how friends are.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'll speak highly of him. He probably thinks I don't like him, which is not true.
Uh-huh.
You know, if I didn't like, I booked him on my shows a couple times. I didn't like you, I wouldn't book you.
Right.
So I just want to set the record straight with you, Ian, that I do like you. You are my friend, and I'm here for you if you ever need anything. Don't be afraid to message me. So I just want to get that out there.
Okay. I'll tag him. I'll put it when I put it out. Brohemoth, I'll make sure he watches it. Tune in to 4844 into the podcast, and you'll find it.
We're 48 minutes in already. Shit. We might have to go 2 hours on this thing.
That's how I run these things, man. Everybody says that. I'll pat myself on the shoulder for that because we're having fun. We're talking. We're in the last.
Little Barry Horowitz.
There you right, right. So we're in the final stretch here. What
Oh, if
advice?
you want to keep going, let's keep going. I mean, we don't have to go to the final stretch. If we got more questions, I got all day.
Okay.
Seriously.
Uh,
So
I appreciate it more than you know. I really
let's.
do, because you've been around. Obviously, you know what the hell you're doing, or you wouldn't be in the spot you're in. So,
Thank you.
no better man to talk to. I told everybody, I've put it on social media. This is the biggest interview I've had. And I've had some pretty big interviews. That we're on episode, I think, 45 here. So,
Okay.
yeah. We've talked VCW. You've went to CCW. You've wrestled Joey Janela. Let's go take it back to VCW, because I'm a huge fan. If if you had millions of dollars and you could bring anybody off the indies you wanted, give me two you would bring into VCW. Or would you?
Well, as in what capacity? As a wrestler, manager?
Wrestler.
$5 million. Matt Cardona,
Okay.
definitely as a heel. I'm gonna have to give you three.
Okay.
As a great worker, Dante Martin,
Okay. Hell yeah.
and for somebody for controversy, Joey Janela.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But let me set the record straight on that. They're not needed. They really aren't.
No.
If somebody would just check out a VCW show, you don't need those huge names. In my opinion, you've got names. You've got superstars. You've got characters. Let's talk about Matt Taylor. He's really impressed the hell out of me.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think about Matt Taylor? Why did you bring him in, and what have you thought of his work in VCW?
Uncle Matt. I call him Uncle Matt because he's family, and
Okay.
not blood family, but like I've known Matt since probably about 2010.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen his work from when I first started, from Dark Star to the Guiding Light.
Mhm.
I love the Guiding Light. I love the gimmick. I love the character, and I love Matt Taylor, the wrestler.
Mhm.
And Matt was somebody that I needed a void to fill for a character heel.
Mhm.
He was the perfect man for it. I love what he's doing. There's so much more that I wish we could do with it.
Mhm.
As in like context wise, of like just in context, like I want to do a lot more with it.
Mhm.
I think the feud with him and Jimmy Shane has been great.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get better.
Yeah, I'm very interested in where that goes.
I would say Matt's a guy that can lead anybody, no matter what experience, and have a good match with him. I've been one of them. From his work at War, with how the fans love him there,
Yeah.
it's the same reaction here.
Mhm.
It's the same reaction here. You know, he works well. I love the gimmick. Personally,
Mhm.
I will. He's one of those guys. Hey, call me. I'm there for you.
Good.
That's how much he means to me. And I consider him family. He's been great to my trainees. Honestly, like anytime they've asked him questions, he's taken time out of his like whatever he was doing to talk to them, help them out.
Mm.
That they call him Uncle Matt, so I started calling him Uncle Matt too.
Nice.
And I mean, seriously, great fucking guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk all day about Matt Taylor. Like, there's a lot of stories I can tell about Matt, but we can't talk about them on here. So
Okay.
and what I mean by that is like just some of the great stuff he's done outside the ring too. Philanthropist. He's a philanthropist. I can't.
That's a
pronounce
hard
that
one.
word.
I can't say it.
Philanthropist. You know what? Fuck it. All right. He does a lot of charitable work outside. Takes his time. He does stuff with the Special Olympics.
Okay.
A philanthropist. God damn it! That's my West Virginia talking right there.
Philanthropist. I can't do it either.
All right. Fuck you, Tim Cross, for messing it up. So
Tim, you fuck. I had to do it on a podcast. I was trying to give Frat Daddy Philanthropist of the Year.
There it is. We'll just go with that. We'll cut it to that. So, Matt Taylor, man.
Hell
One of
yeah.
the best.
Good. What about here's one for you. Remy LeVay. Why is Remy LeVay your top guy?
Why wouldn't he be my top guy?
There you go. Hell yeah. What do you see in Remy LeVay? Just for the folks that aren't as familiar with Remy LeVay as me and you, what can you tell the viewers why Remy LeVay has this spot?
He is the hardest working man, the most underrated guy, the most unprivileged worker I've seen in this area. He has done a lot. No one will give him a shot. I've seen no one give him a shot. The dude works his ass off. He does whatever you ask him to do. He will go above and beyond to make things better. You can't. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Most professional, humble. I consider him a great friend.
Yeah.
And that's not why he got the belt because he's my friend. He deserves that. He deserves the opportunity he has right now.
Yep.
And he's somebody, and he is somebody that has been slept on for years. And now it's his time. It's his time now, and he's gonna be a great champion.
Yeah, for sure. Especially as a heel champion, and the people you can have go after him. That end of the show with Zach as Santa and everything, just perfection in my book.
Yep.
Couldn't ask for more. So when we talk about he's champion, who deserves a title shot? Who in the coming year even? Who do you think could give him a hell of a run for his money?
Andrew Palace.
Yeah.
Myself.
Okay.
Zeke Mercer when he starts winning matches. I see Cowpoke Paul,
Yeah, he's on the come up.
So, yep, Madman Fulton.
Yeah.
Izzy. Well, even though him and Izzy just have a blood feud for the past year, I can see that being a great title match. I can see him and Necro Butcher have a banger. Damian Chambers rematch there. I mean, there's a lot of people that Remy can have great matches with. That's why he's in the spot he's in, because he has great matches and he can carry himself as a champion.
Yes, agreed. Now, you just threw Necro Butcher out there. Are you saying there's a possibility? Are you saying there's a chance that we could see Necro Butcher in VCW?
It's just a matter of working on dates right now.
Oh, shit. You're out of control.
I try.
You're out of control. How wild. Madman Fulton. What a blessing. I've told everybody, the most handsome man I've seen in real life in person. And such a... Man, what's Madman Fulton done for the promotion?
He's given it. I think he's given it more legitimacy to show people that we're not fucking around. He brings a name value to the company. Someone that's been on TV on a regular basis. He does that for us. He's a great big man. He's a great guy to learn from. I've known Fulton for over 4 years now.
Okay.
And I've had he's one of my favorite opponents to be in the ring with. And I feel like he's done a lot for what we've been doing.
Yep.
He's one of those guys. He'll go the extra mile. He fucking cut a promo for me on his roof in a suit, which I was not expecting, and I thought that was the greatest thing ever. So, he's definitely somebody that people are sleeping on right now. He needs to be in WWE or AEW, and I'm hoping this year he gets his opportunity because he deserves it. He's one of the best workers. He's one of the best wrestlers around, and you'd be stupid not to. They're dumb not to bring him in.
Yeah, and another super, just nice, humble dude.
Yep. So I got a story to tell you about him.
Sweet.
So we're wrestling in Mansfield at ASWA last year, and we're just calling random shit. He's like, "Give me a press slam." How much? I'm like, okay. So I'll send you the video.
Please
we're working on the press slam. So I got him up like this. Okay, so I got him up here, and I'm trying. He's I've never seen a fucking 260-pound man be afraid of heights. Because he's kicking his fucking feet like a dog trying to swim in a swimming pool. And I'm like, and I got him up to here and brought him down. So technically it does count as a press slam. So,
well, hey, props on that. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I definitely, if you can, any videos you ever want to send me, please. I said
Sure.
that's one of the coolest perks of all this is the cool wrestling videos I get in my inbox. So I'm all about
Nice.
that all day. Jason Kincaid, Benny Conley, these guys I think are a huge asset to the promotion.
Yep.
How do you feel about them?
Jason is the best. I think Jason's the best.
Yeah.
Best person, best wrestler. He has the he's total package, everything. I've known Jason when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, Jason, every opportunity Jason has, he deserves. He works his ass off. One of the best technical wrestlers I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
His Facebook videos, his videos of him just doing these weird ass fucking reversals, it's just inspiring. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could do that now, but I'm 200 pounds heavier than when I first met him, and I can't do that shit. I'm lucky to be able to do an arm wringer without fucking getting blown up. Just watching him, man, he's awesome to watch. And Benny Conley, personally, one of my favorite opponents to be in the ring with. Them two make a great pairing. Tag team, singles. They're both a big asset to VCW. I mean, I wish I could bring them in every show, but finances, it's hard to.
Yeah.
But when they're there, it's something special.
Yeah. Yeah, recent three-way match they had. One of my personal
Oh, my God.
Whew.
My God, it's one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. And that's no understatement. They knocked it out of the park. Talking about Benny and Super Oprah. I was waiting for somebody to post a clip of that spot, the very controversial spot.
Yeah, that spot that I've gotten complaints about in the last 3 days about. So
sorry.
It's all good. No. It was from the show, not from the video clip. So it wasn't your fault. I mean, me and Super Oprah had a nice stern talking to yesterday about it. So it's one of the benefits of having your mother be one of the ones running the building.
Okay.
So so my mom was a city clerk for the city of McMecken, and she's the number 2 person there. So I'm not saying I'm not saying she takes all the phone calls and shit. So for as much praise as we get every once in a while, we'll get a couple of complaints from people. So that was one of the complaints we got was them fucking about that spot. But honestly, personally, I thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah. We was all dying in the back, and it was fun. Wrestling needs to be fun. There needs to be innovative things. Wrestling's going on for years. That hasn't happened. That was a first.
So here's why. If you want, we might have different views on it, but I believe in the tradition of the sport.
Okay.
But I also do believe, I'm not a big fan of silliness. As crazy as it sounds, even though I'm haha sometimes, but I feel like there's a point in time for that. That there was perfect. You know what I mean? But there's sometimes where it's just too silly.
Yeah.
Where it's too phony, which I can't stand that shit. That's why I don't like modern wrestling that much.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
It does. It does, especially. Hey, I'm a fan. You are there with these veterans. You've been trained. You've done the matches. I totally get it. You definitely have a right to your opinion if anybody does. And at the same time, it doesn't all have to be silly. You put something on your show for everyone, and that's what you do. You have a bloody match here. You have a brawl here. You have Jason Kincaid with the technical stuff. There's something for everyone on a VCW show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I try. It's like a buffet. Gotta get if there's something somebody doesn't like, they'll like the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to like something about every show, or they wouldn't keep coming back. So
there you go. Brag. Let the folks know. You guys were trending on Fight TV. How did that feel?
Oh, good. Didn't even notice. I'm not a big social media guy, so I wouldn't know. That's all Nick's thing. So that's all Nick can sort. I mean, if we did great. So
you did.
That's cool.
Hey, it was smart. It was very smart. It gave people a chance to see the product for free, and that night you guys knocked it out of the park. I'll bring up another talent that I'm so glad you brought in, that I'm so glad I met, that I've become such a fan of, Nathan Aldridge. What can you tell me about this guy?
Same thing as Remy LeVay. Slept on. one of the best heels, best mounts I think in the business. You know, he's been slept on over the last couple of years around here. I'm glad he has a place in VCW. He deserves it. You know, he's another person that people around here slept on.
Yep.
Because and he's from fucking Memphis. You
Yeah.
know, when you got someone from Memphis that knows what he's doing and has the gift of gab like him, you're dumb not to use him.
Yeah.
So
give that man a microphone. You don't even have to give him a microphone because he
No.
comes out and yells at the people. And then when he gets in the ring, it's on. It's on. He can go. There's no denying him. I've become a huge fan of his. If he's working, I'm watching. I promise you that. You've got an eye for talent, obviously.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's coming up for you this year outside of VCW?
Well, tomorrow I got Warrior Wrestling in Chicago. I'm going back to Florida next month. Working on some stuff to go back to Texas here in the summertime. Well, just like a lot of things. More like I'm going back out on the road this year more than I did last year because kind of miss it. And like I spent last year more focusing on VCW and anything else, and I think my name value dropped a little bit. So I'm going to go back and try to raise my stock a little bit more. Hopefully, get another company to take a look at me, and hopefully give me a chance.
Nice. I tell you what raised your stock. Battleground, ECW Arena, Sandman. Can you tell me about that experience?
I'll be quick and to the point. You're standing in the ring in the ECW Arena in front of a sold-out fucking crowd.
Yeah.
And you hear those fucking guitar riffs. Goosebumps, man.
I'm sure.
That reaction, being in the ring with him there of all places.
Yeah.
It's a moment. That's a career moment. And that's something nobody can take away from anybody. You know? That's a career moment.
Good. You were his Rhino at that moment, and he
Yep.
lit you up.
Trust me, I still got some welts on my back because of it. So
I believe it. I watched that one live too. Hey, I talk about being a lucky man. Somehow I won that pay-per-view in a Twitter contest, so I got to watch you live in the ECW Arena. That was awesome.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was a $30 pay-per-view. I somehow win these contests all the time. I swear to God, I've probably won 30 pay-per-views on Twitter, at least. If not 50. I don't know.
You're just the man, brother. You got the magic touch. What can I say?
Hey, something's looking out for me. Fate, God, my dead grandmother, I don't know. Somebody's looking out for me. I'm blessed, man. I'm the first to say it. And thank you. Thank you for allowing me in your locker room. Again, whenever I'm up there, whatever you need, happy to help.
Lou, thank you for having me on today. And I'm happy that you come around. You're a big help to us. Can't ask for a better guy to be in the back talk to. So I really mean that. Thank you for coming to the shows, and thank you for supporting us.
For sure. Always. Forever and always. I'll share with the listeners, the viewers, one last thing before I let you go. Right before you went out the curtain, you don't even know this. Right before you went out the curtain for the dog collar match. You're getting your gear on. And I'm standing right there at Gorilla with 10, of course. And he was like, "Fix my shoulder." And I've never been so scared in my life, and I never did something so fast in my life because you're a big dude. I know what you're capable of. You put that gear on, it adds another level. Fix my shoulder. Yes, sir. So, yeah, you made an old man move quick. I appreciate the hell out of you. Before I let you go, any words to inspire my viewers, and I promise you I'll let you live your life.
Keep listening to WrestleRoni because you never know who's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Follow Beastman on social media. If at Beastman Husk on all social media platforms, I might post something on there someday. Follow VCW, Facebook.com, VCW Wrestling 22. I think that's what it is. VictoryChampionshipWrestling.com. Our next show is February 19th, our 1-year anniversary show. Shane Douglas is our featured attraction. Remy LeVay will be defending his championship. And the main event for the show is a tag team I Quit match between Mount Kilpus and Saturday Night Special, where the losing team has to split up. And thank you for having me. Most importantly.
Thank you, sir. I thank you for coming. To my listeners, tune into this pay-per-view. I promise, in my eyes, this is the biggest main event in West Virginia history. It's got a year of build. I know what these four men are capable of. I'm sure Beastman will pop up and mess somebody up. More
I,
importantly,
I haven't. I got myself somewhere on the show. I don't know where again. So
okay. Well, you kind of got bumped down the card after that loss to Mad Dog. You're gonna have to work.
I know. Gotta work my way back up.
Hey, you can do it. I believe in you. Hey, treat each other kindly. Believe in yourself. Think positive. Just live your dreams. Go out and do something today that you thought you could never do, and I bet you can do it. Spooky Lou
Not
loves
wrong.
you. To Beastman, thank you, Beastman. And I wish you the
Thank you.
best with everything, and I hope to see you soon. I'm Spooky Lou. This has been one of the best WrestleRonis to date, if not the best. Enjoy your life. We're out of here.